Hi, this is Katie Bomberger with my Module 1 Introduction and Screencast. My professional background: I'm a 2011 graduate of Millersville University, and I am pursuing my master's degree with a concentration in STEM in order to better prepare my students for future jobs that they have. And I am recently finishing my 5th year of teaching 4th grade at Lickdale Elementary School. I've been married to my husband Nick for 11 years. We have 3 children. They are Sophia, Jacob, and Henry. I enjoy baking, cake decorating, gardening, and spending time with my family. My favorite type of candy bar is a Milka Oreo, and O. Henry bars are a close second. How do students learn science? I think students learn science by having their preconceptions addressed when they come into the classroom. You need to know their background, what type of family environment they're coming from, cultural backgrounds, because that will affect the way they learn. I also think that it's important that we use their factual knowledge as a foundation for building those important concepts. And I also think it's really important to give the students a background and practice using metacognitive strategies, so lots of teacher modeling, especially in the very beginning. And finally, I think being part of a community-centered classroom that encourages discussions and risk-taking, and knowing that it's okay to not be quote-unquote right, but to learn from our prior thinkings. What are the barriers to learning science? I think, again, it's preconceptions. If they're not addressed directly at the beginning, at the onset of learning, they can hinder some of the new learning that students should have. And I don't think that students have a clear understanding of what experimentation truly is. I think because we teach the scientific method and that everything needs to be a strict set of steps and we need to adhere to those and go in a certain order. I also think the other barriers are methods of teaching. From Donovan and Bransford, they talk about giving recipes for experiments, where we're just telling the students exactly what to do, and it doesn't allow the students to be creative and use their imagination or give them the opportunity to take part in logical reasoning, which is something that I know my students struggle with. And I think they're not given enough opportunity to learn how to be metacognitive and take control of their own learning. My classroom adheres to the principles of science learning we engage in prior understanding. We participate in discussions, pre-assessments, to identify their starting points. I also think that I provide students with factual knowledge through readings, videos, slideshows to help them gain conceptual knowledge then by participating in field experiences and investigations, where we go out into the local parks and do some stream studies that relate to some of our science units, and discuss different ways we can fix some of the problems that we have with runoff, so then they create some of their own models and things like that. And I also think I teach the importance of self-modeling. Self-monitoring allows students to test their ideas and have discussions, modeling that self-monitoring behavior. My STEM perspective is that it's a transdisciplinary approach where we're using all of the disciplines to help us reach our learning goals. I do think it's very difficult and somewhat challenging, a little bit scary to try to plan things this way, and I'm not the best at it, but I am learning. That is my Module 1 screencast. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you this semester.